we welcome Imtiaz ji and his team, and we wish to assure him that we look forward to him coming to JUIT repeatedly for whatever he has in mind. I'm sure he'll find a slot for JUIT somewhere or the other.
I don't have any speech to say. This was a very last moment improvisation. Sometimes that happens in cinema. This has happened in life. I was here to see a location last time. I met some of you. And is there a film festival that is happening here? Yes, sir. Okay, what are the movies that you guys are watching? DDLJ. Oh, so it's a DDLJ type film festival. What other movies are you watching?
Now you see Mittal.
एक कोई बोले यार.
Carry on Jagga. Carry on Jagga.
Carry on Jagga. What kind of censor certificate does it have? So the film festival is going on right now.
Yes, sir.
I must say that this is one of the best institutes, one of the cleanest hostels that I've seen. All the guys who clapped at that, let me say that I was talking about the girls' hostel. So, before us, it was that land where no man had gone before. But since, I've made some movies and I'm a little more advanced in age than all of you, I was allowed to go there. And also, I think all of you are very lucky to be here. The first thing I told the gentleman here is that boys and girls seem very happy here. And that's something that we want to borrow from you. We would like to come and shoot over here. It's extraordinary to be here. I'd like my team to come and say hi to all of you. There is Bholu and Rocket who worked with me on Rockstar. There is Manini who worked in the art direction team on Highway. Sonal has just started working with us, but she's done big films before. Which are those? She's done Dhoom 3. I think you should get up again and show yourself. That's Sonal from Dhoom 3. She's looking a bit like Amir Khan herself right now. And there is Rajesh Sharma, who's done production for Jab We Met, Rockstar, Highway, and is doing production for Rockstar. Samne aa jaya Sharma mat. Sharma naam hai Sharma mat. He's from Himachal Pradesh. And there is Deepak ji, who is our line producer, who's worked on Jab We Met and is from Shimla. And there is a bumper bonus amidst us. Let's see how many people have seen Jab We Met. Okay, so almost everyone. And there's a friend of mine over here who has worked on Love Aaj Kal and Jab We Met as the art director. Okay? But that is not his claim to fame. The claim to fame I'll tell later. Let me introduce you to Teddy, who's worked on Jab We Met and Love Aaj Kal. Teddy, 1 second. Just be there. Okay, now this is Teddy.
Order decent!
He's a decent. ladies and gentlemen, I really have nothing important to say right now. I have some time, I can be here all that time and just doing this chit chat. But I think let's proceed with the ceremony. I must say that this whole team is very, very happy to be here. We are looking forward to coming back again and spending some time with you, shooting and capturing the beauty of this place for our cinema. We will probably be shooting in this hall as well. It's a very beautiful place. It's a very happy place. We are also lucky to have visited here. Thank you for all the hospitality that you have extended. And it's very rare. I don't remember when last I had seen such happy students. So congratulations. I think women in Himachal are very beautiful. I think and that's the honest truth. You find reasons to come into those places where you have something beautiful. And so this, I think, is one of the reasons.
Let's go.
We done a song in Jaypee. It was called at Nagar Haveli. It was called Ye Ishq Hai, in which what we had done is that there were folk dancers from different regions. There's a friend of ours called Manjeet, who we met in the morning. He had organized that. I think in Himachal Pradesh, because of the Himalayas, because of the mountains, and firstly, there's a lot of beauty, which is obvious. Every place looks very different. I just heard today that every 8 kilometers, the local language changes. There's a lot of variety. There's a certain culture. You see, the mountains preserve things very well. So they've also preserved the culture of Himachal and the varied cultures of Himachal very well. And great food, great people. And when I came here to shoot for the first time, it was for my first film. It was Socha Na Tha. I shot in Dalhousie and that area, Kalatok, Khajihar and all that. Where people are nice, you want to go back. That's the case with Himachal. It's a very beautiful place. It's got very tasty food. It's got all the makings of a great destination. I'll tell you the truth. It might not be very interesting. Okay, I was making a movie called Socha Na Tha, which took 4 years in the making because of money problems. In those 4 years, I was not doing any other work. In order to keep myself busy, I was constantly writing a script or a story. I had to keep my mind active. One of them was Jaypee. And that happened because there was a friend of mine who was going through a bad time. I wanted to involve him in work. So we were sitting together and I said that, why don't you write a script? So he said, but pata nahi how to write. So I said, okay, so I'll give you one element. You come up with one thing that interests you and we will combine them and there'll be a script. So I said, he said, what is it that's interesting to you, to me? So I said, I said, girl on a train. That's interesting. So I said, what interests you? So he was having a bad time. So he said, a man who wants to kill himself. So we basically put these two things together. That, okay, so there's a girl on the train. And there's a man who wants to kill himself. And it's a story between them. So he didn't write the script. He was not interested. But this thought remained in my mind, and that's where Jaypee has come from. I think I first became a filmmaker, then decided. I was just going along with the accidents of my life. My whole motive at that point of time when I was your age was to start working, earn money, settle down, and all of that. But I'd done theatre from a very young age. And I started to drift into the direction of performing arts because that came naturally to me. And then even the jobs that I got, or even the opportunities that I got, were always somehow by the hand of some force taking me in this direction. And so one day I realized that I'm directing already. It was actually like that. I've never been to film school, I've never assisted any other director, but it's just like that. A.R. Rahman is so huge that, I met him before Jab We Met, actually. Because that time I was planning to make Rockstar. And so when I met him, he was so easy. It was so easy to talk to him and interact with him and tell him what you want, that it was simpler and the simplest to work with that man. He has no preconceived notion. He is totally welcoming of any idea that a director might have. It is the easiest to work with Rahman. And that, I guess, you realize only... the thing about great people is that they don't let you know that they are great. Especially when you're working with them. All characters, I think, in my movies at least, and I have a suspicion it could be the case with all movies, they come from real people. And so, the real people you meet in your life, I have found in my life women in the way that you, I guess, see them in my films. So when I think of a woman like a girl on a train and what is she doing, so I've met people like this, I've met girls like that, talking like that and being that innocent and saying more and then saying don't think wrong because I said more. So it's basically representing from life. Girls are curious, guys are curious. So those are the qualities that come into movies. That is true, you have to understand, everybody who aspires to be in the Bombay film industry, I can tell you by experience, you have to understand that there is a lot of demand for job and very little requirement. You have to know that, don't fool yourself. There are thousands and thousands of people who want to be a hero. Literally, like tens and thousands of people come to Bombay every day. Okay, but the requirement of people who can stand there is very little. I think that's a good thing, in a way that it tests you. The ability you have as an aspiring filmmaker in this generation is that you don't have to go to Bombay. You can do your thing here, like you're doing. And you've got the internet, which is, I think, just like a boom for you guys, for all of us, to put our things there and get accolade, admiration, even money, and an opportunity to do more stuff like that. You begin from there, and then just try to discover what you really want, what is your strength, from film to film, and you'll find a way. There is no written one way. Apart from what I have told you, there is nothing else that I know that will necessarily help you, because the story of each one will be different. I don't think vulgarity is needed to make a hit. I think there are many movies that have not become a hit because there was vulgarity in it. There are many movies that I have seen which have been very big hits without.
Yes, so that's what I want to ask, that nowadays it has become a race, that the movie which will contain the best item song will be a hit. So why it's necessary that all the directors think that we should add an item song to the movie?
As far as item songs are concerned, I don't, if you enjoy a song in a movie, it's not a bad thing. Vulgarity is a different thing. But you see, what is happening is, in reality, people don't start singing and music magically appears. That's the culture of Indian cinema. We have songs in our movies, right? So, but that is also not real, no? Similarly, so basically, you're finding opportunities to have songs in your films, and you extend that a little bit and say, okay, you know what, I just want to have a song in a film. So that is the switch here. I don't think there's anything wrong in having an item song, except for the fact that people might lose interest in the film. The storyline might get broken. I feel that if I make a movie from the heart, it has more chances of being successful. That's what I truly feel. And I have understood that after making a few movies, that the best attempt is from the heart, not from logic.
And how much weightage would you give to commercial success?
A lot of weightage.
A lot of weightage.
I'll be very happy if see, the point is that I'm making movies because I'm interested, right? But movie making is the most expensive way of telling a story in the world, right? So I'll have to borrow somebody's money. Now, if I borrow your money and the movie that I make with it doesn't pay you back, you're not going to give me money to make my next one. So therefore, I want my movies to be successful, at least to the extent that the money comes. Oh yeah. देखो आगे कहानी ढूंढ रहे हैं.
So we are waiting for that.
Ranbir Kapoor and Alia Bhatt.
Yes, sir.
Okay, lovely, superb. I'm also waiting for that. She's a beautiful girl. She is a very good actor, and she's a very good friend. And except for the other two reasons why I've always had a great time working with her.
We are thankful to him for sparing all the time and interacting with all of us and giving a lot of inspirations to this young, absolutely young, budding students of JUIT, and I'm sure a lot of us are going to take a lot of lessons from the life of each one. No one is small. Even a small work you do, it takes a big thing. It is a team that matters. So here, we've been all insisting all along, there's a team that matters, team that wins. No individual has won anywhere, even in war, in game, in sports, in anything. So he's having a wonderful team, and I'm sure we wish him very best of luck for all the endeavors that he is going to do.